Ladies and gentle nerds, welcome back here to the Town Hall Invitational. We're going into Game 3, and I knew shenanigans would happen, so I muted those nerds. They're trying to loudly eat potato chips.
You thwarted them.
I did.
They have no voice. They're done. Uh-oh. That's gotta be Kevin.
Kevin's got the potato chip police after him.
I'm eating sun chips.
Are they gone?
Hey, is he gone?
How are your sun chips, Jared?
I wanna address something.
Is it Doritos? Because it should be Doritos.
Kevin, I'm trying to address something the chat was saying.
Adjust?
They're saying address.
Adjust?
They're saying I'm a sellout. I'm not a sellout.
Why are you not a sellout, Jared?
What would I don't try and like push brands. Like I don't have anything to like. I'm not a sellout, guys.
Really? Tell me how you really feel while you're taking a bite out of a Reese's stick.
I got nothing on this.
Yeah, we have.
Can you hand me some Canadian candy that Jester gave me?
Where?
I don't know what the brands are. Here.
Are you sure?
Jester gave me some candy.
If you're having a bad day, Jake, I can recommend some rehab.
I've got a thing. I'm gonna eat it.
Is that a golden nugget?
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
This is a Let's Play for Jake eating candy.
There's this podcast I used to listen to called Mike and Tom Eat Snacks. Mates. And they would just...
You know what are really good underrated snacks?
Hold on.
Ever heard of Mike and Ike's?
Yeah, they did that on an episode.
Oh, you like Mike
so
and Ike's?
Each week would be a different snack, or two or three sometimes. And they'd sit there and they would bullshit for a while. Language. And then they would eat the snacks and rate it and talk about it in like depth. And it'd be like Cheetos. And they'd be going like deep into Cheetos and like why Cheetos is a great snack or not. So funny. They're both Michael Ian Black and they're comedians. And
Oh, those guys. Okay.
Oh, those guys.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
You guys don't know Michael Ian Black?
We just said
those guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I thought it was
Mike-
sarcastic.
Are your ears? Are they working? I don't. These things. Is it working? I don't. This is.
Have you met Jake? Oh, Jake! Oh, you don't know who Jake is?
Kubi, why'd you change?
Kubi, why are you wearing a members-only jacket?
It took them a bit.
Well, we were busy talking about chips, so why are you going on like a motorcycle? I mean, I really like the jacket.
Oh, do you?
Some people are commenting on like how I shouldn't eat unhealthy food, but it's okay because not a sellout, but I do have medicine.
Just nobody tell my girlfriend I'm eating Doritos and Reese's sticks.
No, nobody tell my girlfriend.
One time I was wearing this jacket and Jared threw a piece of pizza at me.
Dang.
He actually threw an entire
Was
slice.
this BlizzCon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
This was
BlizzCon.
He threw an entire slice of pizza at
Kubi
me.
had just got back from Japan. Kubi went
Yeah.
to Japan and he bought his Japassion jacket
Passion.
in Japan. And we go to BlizzCon and he's got to be all Japassionable. And Jared just throws pizza at it, and you were upset.
No, I wasn't that mad about it.
You were upset.
It was pretty funny.
I was upset because
He was
I
mad.
wasted
He was-
that piece of pizza. That we were running out too. Syracuse, shout out, rest in peace, Vortex. He got me an extra slice of pizza after that happened.
After-
But Coop-
How come I didn't get a slice of
after
pizza?
you
Someone
ruined-
threw a
after
piece of
Jacket
pizza at
ruined
me.
pizza.
What?
No, your jacket ruined my piece of pizza, and Syracuse was bro enough to get me another.
All hail Syracuse. All right.
I got nothing here.
So Cloud9 Vortex.
I got nothing to sugarcoat this with.
I need more candy.
Let's jeez, Maelstrom. Actually, no, it's not Maelstrom this time.
No. Let's not talk about either of the teams here, okay? Leoric is dumb. We were wrong. Like, no one was even close to where Leoric would be. He is stupid. Okay? Can we just get that out there? What an insanely strong trait late game. Thoughts? Kubi, Kev, Jake, three people.
All right.
Hello?
He's
I don't know
really
how to play
powerful.
game.
He
Does
seems
anybody
really
know how to play game?
I still think he's garbage.
You still think he's garbage?
I think he's too good late game.
Yeah.
And
So we got a
two,
draft.
And Tumik's pretty good. Alright, but Janet will be banned.
That's it. He's good. Late game and Entomb is pretty good.
And Jaina,
Real deep analysis, Jake.
I don't have a hyper strong opinion on him yet. I've seen him play in maybe 6 games.
Wraithwalk is really strong,
Okay.
especially if you throw out that Drain Hope right before you use
him?
Wraithwalk. It's like ridiculous.
Could have said that. Jake's ravenously eating this.
Please
Yeah.
stop eating that.
Oh no!
This
You
is
lose
the
a-
worst. We're gonna lose so many viewers.
No,
and
they
I'd be
can't hear that.
nuts.
They don't hear that. He-
Leroy is stop. Templestorm just first picked him. Hello, Kubi. Give a
New
real analysis,
meta.
okay? Coobs,
Hey,
thoughts? No, what? No, you're done too, Kevin. I can't believe I'm saying this. Analysis, Leroy.
that's like shots fired.
Well, I mean, it's just he has that late game resurgence. It's absolutely undeniable. You look at a map like Cursed Hollow, you're gonna hit that late game where it's just you put Leoric in a lane, he soaks up all those reanimation stacks, and all of a sudden, bam! End of the game, he's gonna be down for 10 seconds, and then he's back up again. He's just too. It's like a good Diablo.
Oh, I just the last sentence of that killed me. Everything else was good.
No, I mean, like, Diablo later on in the game, when he gets as many souls as you can possibly pick up at late game as opposed to early game, he's always up on the map because of his trait. Yes? Hello?
Well, I was muted. That's cool. Leoric is here. What do you think they'll follow this up with? Tyrande has been a very common early pick in these drafts. So
Uther
has
for-
Uther.
Uther for sure. Templestorm has been like all over the Uther in these games.
Yeah, what's up with that, Jared?
I have no control over my team.
No idea why they've all of a sudden been grabbing Uther so much. It's not so much Uther. It's like they're grabbing him really early.
This is when you know that, oh god, I hate this so much. This is when you know it's cheesy and so strong. First pick Leoric, and they lock in the Abathur because they know Maelstrom's not going to let it through. You know 100% they are going to ban Abathur. That is when you know something is super cheesy broken.
And Dumpchain immediately tweets out, "Oh god, Abathur in the meta a game. F this game." It's great.
It's not wrong. Are you muted again, Jake?
No, sorry. I'm sorting some audio issues.
Oh boy, guys, what has happened? What has happened?
Something's gone terribly.
This is like, when we're like originally podcasting and we're like, this is what we want the game to be. It would be awesome if we went in this direction. Back when we weren't even in the alpha, right? We were just talking about how the future of it looked really great, and then a changes happen. Like, yes, this is the direction it needs to go. And then every once in a while we hint at things that would be really, really bad for the game. It's here. Boys, we're at the Leoric Abathur point. You know this meta is going to be hilarious to watch.
So they're gonna have to take Muradin here. They can't let that through.
I don't think Tempo will run Muradin. But, I mean, the grabbing it makes sense. But Tempo with Leoric won't run Muradin.
I like this.
Oh, I actually like that a lot. I
like
the
this. Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
Smart.
that was smart. Yeah, Kubi. You nailed it. Nailed it!
Anub is banned out here, so it's just a single Leoric right now. They would have to run Leoric Johanna. Is it worth considering Johanna Asmodan, or is that
Yes.
too all in?
Yes.
Oh,
that's
Arthas Asmodan.
I don't know about the Asmodan, but I like the Arthas grab with this, especially because of the Abathur hat. Hive Mind, level 20. It's gonna be there's
Okay,
really great
so-
targets for hat, man.
Okay, I normally wouldn't like the Asmodan, but when you think about it on a whole, Leoric has really good wave clicks.
No, I'm okay with that. I understand that part of it.
Fine. And then you use your trait in whatever lane Abathur's pushing. That is just this is how you make Dunk Train quit Heroes of the Storm. This composition right here.
I think that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're just trying to make Cloud9 Maelstrom rage quit. But this is Tempo Storm to a T. This has always been their type of composition, where they play the map and the battleground. I should say they play the battleground more so than they actually play the team fights.
I'm not happy right now, guys. This is not what I want to cast.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. It's going to be tough for Cloud9. Now, Asmodee, not the best map for soaking up those stacks for his Glow of Annihilation. But it's still going to be a late game type of scenario where his power will get there.
Right?
Rhaegar? It should be, yeah.
You shouldn't like no other
Malf is
Malf
not
maybe,
the...
but
So what is going on here? Leoric has just completely bumped Johanna out of the meta. How did that happen?
Yeah, that's interesting.
She went from top tank
I think
to...
Caffeine was the only one that said Leoric was going to be God tier.
Yeah, Caffeine's also the best warrior in the world, probably, so.
Remember when Zoya, like, dumpstered Jake because King Caffeine played Leoric so well?
Okay.
Pretty much what he said.
That's yes. Caffeine. Yeah. Hello.
Got him.
It was a good time, right?
What did I say? I complimented Caffeine. That's all I did.
You said, oh, Caffeine's good. He showed some really good Leoric play, and then Jared just immediately jumps down your throat. He's just like, oh yeah, well, crazy. A good warrior player has good warrior play. Now all of a sudden he's taking it back.
No, I'm not taking it back.
He's taking it back.
I thought what Jake said was weird. How he phrased it was weird.
Actually, I really like the Malfurion pick here instead of Rhaegar. I feel like Tranquility is going to be a lot more useful than Ancestral. There's not going to be like single target burst damage coming out there from that team. When you got the Abathur, the spikes, and all that.
Work Arthas, that can burst someone down pretty quick.
Yes, but I'll agree with Kevin on this one, especially like post 20. We've got those types of fights where it's just in multiple hive minds. So he's right. It's just a lot of AoE.
Moonburn would probably be pretty good in this scenario too, if he opts to go that way for level 1. Scouting Drone is nice, but you don't have to worry about crazy rotations with this composition.
Just so you know, Jake Senpai, the team's swapping sides.
Thanks, bro.
That's your back, homie. Kevin can't tell because he's not in the lobby.
We good.
I ain't good.
We're good. Okay, Kevin, if we go to Game 5, I'll let you have the 5th game.
Wow. So generous.
That's pretty...
We were on webcams. Kevin looks so unhappy right now. He started smirking as it went up. It ruined it, but it was awesome. It was a good one.
I was literally doing this and smiling, and then he did that joke, and I just stopped doing this, and then he said, if we go to Game 5, and I just went...
Deflated.
This will be game number 3 of this best of 5 series in the Town Hall Invitational Grand Finals between Cloud9, Maelstrom, and Tempo Storm. Currently tied up 1-1.
Tell it to him.
I'm feeling
Tell it to him, Jake.
I'm feeling it. Maelstrom, I believe. But this is going to be a hard game for them.
Why? Why is it going to be a hard game, Jake?
Because this is the style that they hate to fight, and that's frustrating.
This is like the This is the cheesiest cheese can get.
Your hair, Jared. It has taken off.
Yeah, this is like a mad scientist game, man. This is like...
I think we were talking about this, I think, yesterday, or at least Kubi and Jared where every time they come back from cameras, like, Jared's hair would just be completely messed up. And during that draft, Jared was just, I can't deal with this.
That's pretty much what was going on. Man, Abathur, second pick.
So here's the question. Is Leoric Abathur going to be so strong and so annoying that Zeratul is not going to be first pick or first ban anymore?
It's heading that way. It
Hedwig?
certainly looks like it's
Hedwig
heading that way.
What?
I heard that.
Hedwig that way?
I heard
Oh,
that.
Hedwig that way.
It's like, ugh. All right.
So
Game number 3 is
I don't
booting
know
up.
what's happening.
All right, so you guys ready to dethrone us for the introduction here? We'll let you go first again.
I know chat loves the introduction.
So it is.
I've seen your feedback. You guys love it.
Why would Jared?
I mute myself. I don't know how. I've been talking this whole time. I don't know when the last
No,
time.
you just like kept talking.
Kevin, don't suck this time. In the left-hand side of the map, in the blue trunks, it's going to be Cloud9 Maelstrom, K1 Pro on...
Wait, hold on.
King Caffeine on Tyrael, Dunk Train on Malfurion, iDream on Kael'thas, and Fan on Murden. You're not getting the 5th game slot. You're grounded.
On the right side of the map, we have Cloud9 Maelstrom. We got Abathur played by
Orthalon.
In the middle lane, we have Zuna playing
Arthas.
KO is on.
Asmodee.
Dreadnought is.
Uther.
And finally, Soldier.
Leoric.
Gosh, our supports like really let us down, Jared. I don't know.
Potential new fans today. This is not normal. Hello.
This is normal. Don't you dare say anything different.
Well, here we go. Both teams positioning themselves in fairly safe ways. It looks like Temperstorm going to be helping gain these stacks for KO as well as possible. Oh, but a shield from King Caffeine. They're going to deny those stacks, and we're going to have to keep an eye on how often they are doing that this game.
Yeah, it's power of Tyrael. He uses that W, shields up all the minions. You can deny the farm of the Globe of Annihilation. It's a big play to make. Only Uther and Tyrael have the potential for a full wave.
So there's going to be a little bit of a scuffle up in the top lane, but K1 Pro is going to have a little bit of an issue dealing with Arthas with the Abathur hat. And I'm not exactly sure just how much pushing potential there's going to be coming out of Cloud9 Maelstrom. I mean, Tempo Storm, the double warrior with the Abathur hat, is going to be very scary.
Jake, you're right up with that Moonburn.
Moonburn.
That is the pickup for Malfurion, level 1, trying to get a little bit of extra push. Spell Infusion for Kael'thas. Otherwise, we're seeing, I suppose, fairly standard pickups. Regen Master for that sustain on Arthas. Otherwise, yeah, about what you'd expect to see.
Well, alright, well, you know, a lot of damage thrown out onto Soldier. You did have to tap the well to stay alive. But all things considered, this 3v3 lane in the bottom, it should be pretty evenly matched. It's just going to be a lot about trying to get that farm Leoric plus Azmodan, starting to get those stacks for the Globe up to 26 bonus damage at this point in time.
Apparently you guys are loud, by the way.
Good to know.
Jake and Kubi. But yeah, nice push coming out here from the top lane. K1 Pro getting really, really low at the same time. I'm taking a look at those Azmodan stacks. Doing a decent job so far. You know, trying to get as many as he can. Looks like Tyrael swinging up here to help force back Zuna. No, actually, he's going to soak this lane as K1 Pro does have to end up backing. Good rotation there coming up from Cap.
I really like the skeleton swing into the Azmodan Globe. It's a really smart way to deal with it. And what's really interesting is that Tyrael's not following the Azmodan. We were talking about this before, that there's that shield that can really deny those stacks, but Tyrael's just not following. So I wonder why they had to transfer that out.
Well, they have Kael'thas, which sort of helps to mitigate some of that later game, but with the way that they're headed in terms of getting these stacks, they're going to have to do a little bit more, maybe some aggressive play, some ganks for early. They do have a slight experience lead, but not enough thus far. Want to see a little bit more pressure or more rotations to sort of deal with those stacking.
We've heard it talked about time and a lot about protective shield and exchanges. This is like the ideal comp for Uther to have. Like, Uther always goes protective shield, but this composition, every target he hits is a tanky target. So protective shield, they're having much value in this situation. Now it looks like Temperstorm is willing to give up this tribute as only Zuna is here to delay, but they're going to keep focusing on those stacks in the bottom lane. And KO doing an excellent job taking a look at those stacks. He's already at the 50 bonus damage and going to be trying to scale that throughout the game.
Yeah, not too bad thus far in terms of the stacking for Asmo. They having that triple man in the bottom lane makes it very easy for them to just pick up those kills on the minions with the Globe, because iDream, no way for him to deny that.
And with the Generals of Hell, they're able to just kind of push any lane that isn't really going to be stacked up, so...
Oh, but hold on a second. They didn't even go for the General of Hell. They're going for that increased bonus damage to minions and mercenaries, I believe, right? So that's going to help them take bosses faster, but they're not even really valuing that split push.
So what is Tempo Storm planning with this composition? This is absolutely insane so far. Like, meta-wise, this has just kind of shifted everything.
The meta changed this tournament.
Like,
these two clashing changed the meta, and it scares me. And that happens a lot. Like, God, I hate these teams so much, man.
It's true, though. I mean, you have two really good teams playing up against each other. They're going to find those little nooks and crannies, especially in the drafting, those combination of heroes that really do a lot to just kind of drive the other teams crazy, and having to deal with ridiculously overpowered heroes in this sense, I guess.
Did they just save that tower?
They tried.
That
they tried.
Was so close. They almost completely stopped that tower from going down. That's, yeah, not going to actually end up here.
Yeah, but we do have to talk about the singular meal picked up by Abathur in this game, so that is something that Temperstorm will have to their advantage in the late game. That's where they want to get, especially considering they do have Azmodan.
Well, level 7, the nice poke from Malfurion here to try and delay this as well as it can. Fan coming in from behind. Abathur in that top lane is soaking, you know, so the longer this goes on, the better it is for Tempo Storm. They are delaying this out. Probably not going to be able to win out. Arthas getting stunned out here, taking some light damage, being zoned out by Fan. and the rest of Tempo Storm being zoned out here by iDream and Dunk Train, it's going to be hard for them to get an angle they want to commit to. And K1 Pro just about to actually get that cap. Will he be able to secure it?
Yep.
No wave of light from Dreadnought, and that is going to be 2 tributes going over to Cloud9.
That's a big deal. This is something they have to be very concerned about. The next tribute could grant a curse to Cloud9, and that's a really bad position to be in for Tempo Storm. Nice route.
Tempo Storm is going to win in that late game, so it's okay if they start losing this early to mid game. So for now, it's going to suck, and it's not going to be the greatest situation for them to be in. But still, I mean, they're actually taking a pretty good experience advantage. The curse, I feel like, wouldn't really change a ton for Cloud9, but it could be that little pushover into heroics.
So KO already sitting at 114 bonus damage. Tempo Storm and him and Soldier doing a really good job of stacking that together. Abathur body soaking and of course symbiote soaking as well as it can, keeping Tempo Storm ahead just barely going into that level 10 very soon here. The third tribute, you know, I think I agree with you guys that if Tempo Storm might end up just losing this curse, but as long as they don't take too much damage and get to the late game, they should be fine.
Stacks at 124. Considering about 6 minutes into the game, I'd say it's par for the course. Considering that we're usually measuring that against the Johanna Asmodan setup, so they're running the soldier with the.
I think it's better.
It's working better. It's working well.
Yeah.
Especially on this map.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is going to be the third tribute of the game. Now, Cloud9, if they get this, it grants them a curse, but Tempo, they're kind of pressed to defend it. Cloud9 doesn't have heroics yet, so they've been a bit passive, but Eldrains might stalling out Dreadnought for the time being. Roaches being summoned will do just the same, even better.
Level 10 Abathur talent, monstrosity. Cloud9 Maelstrom is going to rage quit out of this game.
Split
No
push.
monstrosity.
It's not monstrosity? Oh, I can't. Oh, it looked like monstrosity to me from.
Oh, all right, the globe!
Taking out iDream, the Maw connects with 2 members of Tempo Storm, but iDream has already fallen. There's the retreat. All Shall Burn does go on to Dunk Train there in full retreat. They're trying to get the slow on them. He's taking a lot of damage. Here comes the globe from Cam. No, he does not have enough mana for the globe to try and connect there.
The Howling Blast!
A dead Malfurion.
Beautiful plays there by Arthas. Played by Zuna. This will grant Tempo Storm their first tribute of the game. Eldrains might just a moment too late. 158 already, too.
Double Leoric on that as well. That was a pretty cool idea to go for. We were talking about last time it was whether or not they were going to go for the Leoric clone, but this time they did.
Yeah,
I think
double slow is really nice.
Yeah, especially if you have a composition where you're facing double warrior, like you're getting a lot of value out of the Drain Hope that's just on the base kit. I would think that would be the play more often than not. It's good for body blocking. I don't know, feels like the stronger pick, considering Asmodan. Uther's not bad. Arthas, not as much. I think I'm feeling the Auric for those evolutions.
Yeah. All right. Well, the next tribute is spawning here. Now, Tempo, this is still a pressing matter for them. Curse point for Maelstrom, but Tempo has a 1 level lead at this point in time. And in terms of heroics, they are almost ready to roll Army of the Dead and Ultimate Evolution on cooldown currently.
Comes iDream from the side. Zuna's doing a good job of zoning. No roaches to be dropping here. That's going to go straight over to Tempo Storm.
Yep.
Are they willing to force the fight? No. It looks like it's going to be a complete disengage. Tributes are now tied 2-2 with KO sitting at 184 bonuses.
That's a lot of bonus damage. The split soak of Abathur is really adding up. I mean, constantly a better soak available for Tempo Storm.
And with that, they're going to hit that nice level 13. Still getting this really nice split push going on pretty much absolutely all over the map. What are the stacks at, sorry?
198 at the 9-minute mark. That's really good.
Yeah.
Especially for a Curse Hollow, I'm impressed. All right. Well, at this point in time, we do see both teams posturing. All heroics are on the table. Bruisers picked up on either side. Tempo Storm going to be opting to throw Zuna over to their giant camp, in which he will collect those. And the 5th tribute will be a big all-out battle by both teams.
No Shrink Ray picked up from Uther. That's almost like a guaranteed pick, but considering they are up against the Kel'Thas, I guess that's the reason they go for it. I don't know. I almost still prefer Shrink Ray in this case.
I think Spell Shield's fine.
It's not a bad pick, but considering how easily Malfurion can poke that away with Moonfire, I don't know.
Yeah, but if it can delay any type of damage from a Kel'Thas Flame Strike, I feel like it's going to be definitely worth it, especially because Uther's got such a hard time trying to deal with healing everybody.
KO is at
zoning.
244 bonus right now.
Yeah, lots of damage coming out from those Black Hole Qs, but K1 Pro is so far back there getting the tribute. It looks like Dreadnought's not going to be in the range of Ray of Light, does not get it down. Curse going over to Maelstrom.
But they do pick off Malfurion, and that is a single takedown. This will kind of nullify a small portion of their aggression, especially in the early portion. Also having the Giants in the bottom lane to help deal with the push, and Abathur in the top with those minions that will spawn.
So that's going to be able to mitigate so much about this, and this still puts Tempo Storm into just a really nice position. As long as they just keep this soaking up, and I really love the Holy Radiance to put all of the minions back up to a little bit of health instead of just leaving them at 1. And this gives them a really nice spot. And oh, already Fan has used the Dwarf Toss, so the Entomb is going to lock him down indefinitely. Is that going to be a takedown? No.
Nope. Wow. To get out. Nice mod, just locking 2 people down. Fan is going to have Dwarf Toss again, and we see Arthlon using that Haunting Wave, but the Abathur clone is just about expired.
Really close to getting the drain. I wouldn't have lasted long enough to put any pressure on Fan. So a good escape in that sense. They were tying up 2 of the heroes for the duration. But honestly, the longer they can stall, this curse did not get anything done. No. Bottom lane maybe has some pressure. I can't see how much health it has, but other than that,
No,
it's pretty much full.
They had the Giants.
Yeah, helping a lot there, and Arvis going down there. Now they are pushing this mid lane. Still a full level lead here for Tempo Storm. Solar taking some light damage. He's going to back out of there. Taking a look at KO stack. Just about to hit 300, 294. And,
wow.
Man, he's going to scale so hard once he has 16.
Yeah, it's going to hurt quite a bit, and he's just continuing to farm. He went back to base to pick up some more mana for himself. Zuna flanking onto Fan. Going to be hard to lock down that Dwarf.
Yeah, went for the Howling Blast, but unfortunately not going to be able to connect after the Dwarf Toss. And really nice globes coming on in there. Just going to be able to probably push away iDream for a little bit, but there is going to be a Judgment going in there on Zuna, but they are just unable to be able to follow that up. A really nice Entomb, but that actually takes out Dreadnought.
The globe is coming, and it's not going to be enough damage, but Fan is getting incredibly low and will end up going down. Big flame strikes from Kael'thas, but no kills are picked up other than Uther.
Yeah, and a good route to disengage the remainder of that fight, so kind of cutting their losses, continuing to stack. KO, how many stacks is he at, Jake? What are we seeing? 302 bonus damage 12 minutes into the game. So those are starting to hit hard, as you guys could see in that last fight.
I just want to point out something that's just bizarre to me. Look at the map pressure right now for Tempo Storm. Top fort only has its wall down. Both mid and bottom still have their forts up. There's no mule on the side of Maelstrom. Tempo Storm, despite building these stacks right now, which seems to be their focus, just getting Asman as beefed up as they can, they have not put any pressure out on the map.
Yeah, it's really even game at this point in time. I mean, the defense has been there, but this boss will challenge that top fort. Zagara already in position to have that defense.
But even then, Zagara is really not the greatest person to go against just the boss solo. You really want to have a couple more people. So I really like the fact that they're picking up these Siege Giants. I don't know if that was Pray Tell in response to knowing that Grave Golem was going down, but this does set Tempo into a really nice spot. They pick up the Malfurion in the bot lane, and now they can go down for a second Grave Golem immediately.
This is when Tempo Storm starts forcing their pressure out on the map. Asmodan is farmed up so hard at 326 damage. They did just get the first fort of the game in the top lane as boss to take that down, and now they have the option to push with bottom boss. Probably as a tribute spawning, which will get them a curse if they get it. Yep. Look at the positioning for this curse. This is like the definition of RNG. This is the perfect spot for it to happen for Tempo Storm. But KO has to back. He's completely out of mana.
Abathur going for both of the Spike Burst upgrades, the Soma Transference. That's going to be a ridiculous value, especially when they, I'm sure, get that Hive Mind at level 20. It's going to make those tanks so difficult to tank down in the fights.
It is, and now Cloud9 went from having all of their forts alive to being faced with a curse paired with a boss marching on the bottom lane. The top four ended up falling, and Tempo is putting the push on.
They've got this really nice tempo building for them. They've got level 18 already, and they're going straight on into level 20. I heard that side.
That level 16 has been happening here for KT, and this is what Maelstrom needs to happen. The Globe comes out and connects with iDream, doing some decent damage, but the boss is pushing in really hard here, and keep in mind this is a curse, so no damage outside of heroes is being done to this boss, really. And here comes another Globe. It stacks and hits 2 people here. Tranquility still has not been used, though, by Malfurion, but the boss is putting out so much pressure. And this is actually really good iDream play right now. The flame strikes are connecting, making it tough for Uber connect. There's a judgment going on to Leoric. He seems to be fine. Maul goes down on the Aspen in the back line. Azuna doing a lot of damage with this Abathur hat, but Tempo Storm just seems to be taking almost no damage right now.
Yeah, and the damage does go out, nearly eliminating Tyrael, who gets out without Druid's Might at the last possible second. Only a sliver of health on him. Dread is quite low. Flame Strike not connecting, and those globes are continuing to pound away. Chaos has plenty of mana to continue that siege from afar.
Yeah, iDream, speaking of mana, is falling quite low and is just going to be running out of resources to try to continue putting pressure. Soldier ends up taking a bit of damage. He uses that Wraith Walk. Will that keep him alive? No. Ends up falling. Dreadnought also quite low. This should be the end of the aggression for Tempo Storm. We see the clone still in there. A couple of globes being shot out. This should spell the end. I don't know, Zuna, has he overextended? I think so.
Yeah,
he's
gonna get taken down there by the Flame Strike and Stormbolt. And Dreadnought gets dismounted, but I don't know if they're going to be able to really follow this up. He's trying to get away. He does probably have Redemption now because they have just tapped level 20.
Yeah, nice job with the After Hat. They're helping dismount and helping get rid of that Mutalisk that was chasing.
Midfort did end up falling during that aggression, but look at Leoric. He died after right before Arthas did, and he's already up in 4 seconds. This is just post 20. When you have those regen stacks on Leoric, his death timers are so low.
Who thought this was a good idea?
Yeah, I'm not so sure that the regen gloves should affect the trait. But we'll see. I'm not sure. That's
Reanimation, yeah.
Well, we should talk about that on a podcast. Wouldn't that be nice if we had one of those, huh?
Right?
Hello?
Here's a Storm? I haven't heard of any.
Well, level 20 talents, let's quickly go over them. We have double Hardened Shield on both Arthas and Leoric. We have Redemption on Uther. The 5th Circle on Aspen. And, of course, Hive Mind on Abathur. Arthas, Leoric with Hive Mind. It's... Oh,
plus 5th Circle.
Yeah,
that's going to
slow.
slow everything down by 40%. That is disgusting.
Really confident pick, too. Not grabbing the Bolt of the Storm, especially when Tyrael is present, with some of the additional fire that can be thrown down from Kel'Thas. So they're feeling very comfortable with how the team fights have been transpiring to grab that 5th Circle.
All right.
So, I mean, they've got these huge freaking warriors that just don't let anything get through. They've got the Leoric and the Arthas. There's just no way you can get past those 2 warriors. So, no kidding, they feel completely safe to not have to worry about getting that bolt. There's just no way to get past that, and as soon as there's any type of Soma transference that goes on there, I mean, Uther doesn't even have to worry about healing them up so much.
Yeah.
Saves a lot of his mana. He can sustain for longer now.
KO finally starting to work on his stacks once again. About 378 in the bank right now, and it's starting to hit very hard, and it can still get more powerful.
Level 20 almost here for Maelstrom. That's what they're waiting for. Now, Abathur, of course, Arthur going to walk up and cap this tribute. It's only 1 for Tempo Storm, so Maelstrom is fine for giving that up and just getting level 20. That's all they want right now.
So both these teams just kind of take the defensive position for now, just getting a little bit more ahead if they can. It lets Cloud9 Maelstrom into that very coveted level 20 tier, but at the same time, Tempo Storm doesn't want to really kind of force any type of issues if they don't have to. I really like this decision, just go in, completely melt that Grave Golem, and then be able to probably push in with the
Too much damage. They're getting it. They're going to be able to pick this up, but
going in.
Man.
Okay,
has been popped. Maul used
The ball is huge! They're able to steal it away!
In time, and they're backing out now. Here comes the Hive Mind doing a lot of damage. Soldier goes in from the side there. iDream is completely zoned out. He gets hit by the Storm Shield. He bolts over the wall. He is going to be just fine, but now Zuna is surrounded. There goes the glove. It connects with the iDream, but the heal at the last second keeps him alive. The Baneling splashing, doing a lot of damage to Soldier. But look at these warriors in the front line of Tempo Storm taking no damage. Dreadnought's ruined. He's going to fall, but he has the redemption. First fall of this fight, and everyone seems to be completely topped off. Asman's completely out of mana right now. The Flame Strike connects. He's getting poked down really low. He's being body blocked. He's just too big. He's trying to get out of here. And Tempo Storm looking like they want to disengage, but they're going back in. Athlon has used the clone on
Not enough mana.
Wolf doesn't go out. There's no mana for KO.
He used the Black Wolf thinking he had enough for it, and he was very upset. That would have been a takedown for sure, but not going to happen here. He has to go back to base to try to restore some mana. But somehow, some way, they take out Tyrael with the help of those Abathur hats.
The really big issue here is that KO has just been completely out of mana since the beginning of this fight, but they are still going to be able to go in here and be able to take out iDream and iDream on Zagara, and that's a huge win for them. They get 2 takedowns, even though they've been completely out of mana this entire time.
So I do want to point out that was Crushing Hope that killed Tyrael. Soldier getting the full combo off of the, what's the W called?
Drain Hope.
Drain Hope, and the 10% extra damage is what secured that kill on Tyrael, just showing you the power of that. It looked like Tyrael should have been fine, and then suddenly dead.
Yeah.
What an insane, oh man, what a game right now. I cannot believe Tempo Storm was able to turn that back around.
Yeah.
Kills are 9-4, and look at the map pressure right now.
The sustain was huge. Uther falling, but still having the redemption, able to use his trait to keep a lot of the heroes up, and then the lifesteal for both the clone and the actual Leoric was a big deal as well. Just keeping so much sustain throughout that fight, and that's really what ended up turning it around.
All right, well, they're challenging this boss. It's a 5v3 at this point in time in favor of Tempo, and that Abathur hat just adds so much additional damage with the Blackpool. Don't think they can do the crazy Maws again, but they're standing on the point.
Fans on top of it. Storm Shield does go down. A big bomb goes down on the dunk train. He's trying to keep himself alive. The Storm Shield's you. He is going to fall to the All Shall Burn, though. Zuna's still standing on the point, and this looks like this should be not enough for Maelstrom. Here comes K1 Pro from the side, though. He bolts over. He gets the cross and fails.
Oh, my God!
Hits on Soldier. He's being body blocked out of it. That is going to be Soldier dead, but he's healing up so fast. Soldier, oh, wait, that was Arthlon Clone. Never mind.
Wow, but somehow, some way, Tempo Storm tries to take a boss 3v5, and they get picked apart.
This has been the battle of the pokes. Oh, and we see Kale toss.
Wow.
Dream getting taken away, just caught between Dreadnought and Arthlon, I think it was on the clone, yeah. So, yeah, it's just been about the poke. It's just been doing so much damage. That whole battle with the golem was just iDream teeing off constantly. Every single time the Flame Strike was off cooldown, he was hitting like 3+ players, and the living bombs were all procking off each other. It was ridiculous damage. And then after that, the follow-up with the insane amount of glows that were being thrown out, it's just ridiculous how much these late-game carries are having an impact on these fights.
Can we talk about the fact that there's been 2 Maw steals in this game?
Back to back?
Oh, back to back!
Don't do bosses. That's just like the story of this game. Don't do a boss. Man, the K1 Pro with those plays, the bolt Maw was so clutch, getting them that boss, and that fight turned around. 11 kills to 6 right now. I don't even, like, oh, man. I don't even know what to think, guys. This is such a bizarre game to me.
I mean, right now it's 22-22, but the structure damage is definitely in favor of Tempo Storm right now. So they're going to be sitting in a pretty nice spot, especially as the longer they're able to stall out Cloud9 Maelstrom for being able to get back into these fights and just kind of stay on the map. It's going to be better for Tempo Storm, but these next couple of tribute fights are going to be really weird if Tempo keeps losing them.
Okay, this tribute, it's an important one. This is going to be Maelstrom picking up an additional curse. Still have a lot of structures to get some value off of that. Soldier looking to get the chase onto Fan, dealing so a lot of damage. But the poke's not going to be enough. They have the positional advantage. They will get the curse. Cloud9 Maelstrom looking to turn things around right now.
And if you lose a team fight here as Tempo Storm, this is disastrous. A big judgment going down onto Zuna, but the Divine Shield is there to keep him alive, doing his best with that self-sustained. Big heals are coming out, but they have him collapse upon a big Maw in the backline, stopping the damage from coming out. And it looks like Zuna will end up falling.
And if they are able to take out Dreadnought, he just got on his mount, and yes, they are going to use a huge Eldritch Fight in order to re-engage on Dreadnought, and that's going to be 2 down.
Yeah, this is looking bad for Tempo Storm as Maelstrom is going for the chase. All 5 members are still alive. Abathur doing what he can to dismount that. The Hive Mind not going to be enough. Is this enough time for Maelstrom to end the game here? They have 2 members down for 40 seconds, it looks like. Oh no, Uther is still alive. He did end up getting that redemption up just in time. He is back to the base. I do not know if Maelstrom can end 4v5.
The globes are getting powerful. Yeah, 464 bonus. It slowed down quite a bit because of the non-stop action that we've seen. Soldier needs to be very careful here. He doesn't want to fall at this point in time.
Oh, man, the globe comes out and it connects with the Storm Shield. Perfect timing for Dunk Train. Gonna keep
Hardened
his
Shield
team
too
alive.
is good. It's on point. We've seen a lot of good Hardened Shields this game. I'm also surprised at the stacks. I mean, we're 23 minutes into this game, not even maxed out yet.
Slowed down a lot.
It did slow down, especially after those golden fights, doing a lot of distracting time. The KO has been spending out of lane, not able to finish those stacks, and it's kind of a distraction too. You want to draw the game out until you can get to that point where you have the max damage, and at some point you kind of need to draw the line and fight, but you'd rather wait until you get to that point. So it's always a tough call.
Oh no, boys, we have another boss up on the map. What's going to happen at this one? We've seen the 2 craziest fights happen at these boss points, and Maelstrom is in position to start it.
Maw will be ready.
Maw is...
no way. Tempo Storm can't be going for a backdoor, can they?
Oh no.
They could do it. I mean, with the All Shall Burn talents, I feel like that should definitely be a good option here, but there's just so many creep tumors, and I think they already showed, because look, Cloud9 Maelstrom's already...
Yeah, they've got eyes on.
Yeah, there's already pings on Zuna.
Yeah, they did show to the creep.
Hey, they forced their position. No matter how you look at it,
yeah,
there was
true.
superior positioning for Cloud9 Maelstrom over that boss by Tempo showing themselves in that bottom lane. They really just forced them back.
But this gives a little bit more time for the stacks to get a little bit higher for KO here. He hasn't really quite hit that max, as we keep saying. So
486 at this point.
Yeah,
And that's going to be just about it.
Wait, the more stacks.
498. So 1 more minion, and he's at max power for the globe.
It's not even his final form, though.
Stop.
Thank you for that input, Jared.
Fucking Jared.
All right, that'll do it. Max
Both
power.
teams are so... They're just so afraid to fight
Yeah.
right now. They're dancing around each other. No one knows how to engage. Basically, they're waiting for the next tribute, and that's when the next fight's going to happen.
Actually, I would have to say that Cloud9 Maelstrom is definitely not afraid to fight. Look at their aggressive positioning right now. It's Tempo who's the one who is afraid to fight, because Tempo is the one who's taking it back. Cloud9 Maelstrom is trying to force the issue. They're trying to get Tempo Storm to come out here. Look, they're even trying to get that boss out there as well. They're not specifically like forcing a major fight by themselves.
Bottom lane.
Tempo is
bottom lane.
It's very split. Dreadnought is all alone. If he gets picked off here, it's not going to be good for them. But yes, bottom lane, like you mentioned, they're waiting to go on the core. KO now arriving. Dreadnought is actually just a massive distraction right now.
All he has to do is just get a couple of Holy Radiances in there, but iDream is going to be the one who's actually going to try and delay that. Oh, and that is going to be successful.
This is
so they do all
crazy.
back up.
What is this positioning? iDream is
so
one
much-
going back to flank this. Like,
There's a lot of indecision.
And Tempo has to leave.
Right now. But Dreadnought, he's just getting the tribute for free. Zuna's getting poked out. He doesn't have his shield. There's the Judgment coming in on him. The Gravity Lapse connects. I think this is going to be a dead Zuna. He's trying to keep himself alive. He pops his shield. There, he's trying to get his army of the dead up, and Avatar Hat's doing what he can, but that is just 5 people. Zuna just died! 60-second death timer on that. Now, Tempo Storm did delay the curse on them, but now Leoric's being chased. It's not going to take much to dismount him, but how does Maelstrom react? They have a boss in the bottom. There's no way they could get this up here for free, is there?
they do have the talent at level 4. With the Avatar Hat, this might be close.
Yeah, but King
Captain's up here.
Captain is scouting it. He's scouting it, and they see him, and they back up. This is actually horrible for Tempo Storm. Big plays for Cloud9, because it's a feigned threat. They see the one hero, while the rest of the team is currently collecting the boss in the bottom part of the map.
Oh, that's so scary, and they had to back up, so now they're going to lose both probably, because as soon as they go to defend that bottom boss, they're going to immediately move back up to go take the top one.
All right, he knows he used Steel Druid's Bite, but he pops the hardened shield to make sure that he can stay alive long enough, at least burn out the duration of that, but he's not going to be able to spawn now. The Steel Druid's Bite flanks, and K1 Pro and the rest of the crew are going to flank. He's going to be able to get him out.
Not
What
quite.
is this?
Tempo has to defend that bottom boss.
Dreadnought has to pop Divine Shield. He's in full retreat right now. Soldier trying to peel for his team. Here comes the Globe. It does hit with K1 Pro, but he seems to be fine. Dreadnought, I don't believe he has Redemption right now. He gets Judgment, and that is going to be a dead Uther. The boss is still pushing the bottom lane. I think this might be it for Tempo Storm, as this will be a double boss from Maelstrom. I don't know if they have enough.
Oh, he has Redemption up. He
He
can
has
still get back
Redemption.
up. They
He's
can still
flowing.
contest this. Soldier
He's
looking to
flowing.
go in. So Suna with the backline, putting a lot of pressure on the K1 Pro. Oh, it's going to take him out. He uses the Bolt of the Storm. He's going to stay alive for now.
All right, well, Uther is making his way down with the Asmodan in the backline. Zuna is incredibly low, but the heals from Uther are keeping him alive for the time being. Do they have what it takes? Avatar Hat dishing out a lot of damage. Globe going to connect just onto Malfurion. The Maw buying some time for Cloud9.
They do have the Tranquility down, though, so
That's
they have
a
to be
big
very
entomb.
careful. If Cloud9 wants to go for a huge sustained fight, they have to back up if they're not going to be able to take out somebody very quickly. They are going straight on here for Leoric. Soldier is going to get the heal.
Somehow, some way, he almost got away, but not today. Avatar collecting the
God.
tribute. That is going to be a curse for Tempo Storm, but this boss has been wailing away on their base. They're currently down just Leoric. Do they have what it takes to defend this?
That looks like it's going to be game. Jake, they're trying the hardest to defend it. The boss does fall, but the members of Maelstrom are still alive. K1 Pro is going to almost go down, but that's going to be game. Maelstrom pulling it around. Well, it was such a strong momentum lead for Tempo Storm, but they were able to hit 20 and take control of the game. And what an insane ending.
That was a
You
really
say
awesome
that it was a
game.
huge tempo win, or you were saying that they had a really great, situation going on, but I really have to disagree there. The only thing that they really had was experience and levels, and kind of like the globe damage. But past that, Cloud9 Maelstrom had all the structures down. They had all the bosses under their belt. I would say Cloud9 Maelstrom was definitely a little bit, if not paired, but ahead for most of that game.
Let's talk about how back and forth that game was. There was 11 takedowns in each team. That's it. So many close calls, jukes, dodges, heals, you name it. Impeccable play.
I was really enjoying the positioning jukes that was
Yes.
happening constantly from both. Like, that just shows like how good these teams are. Like, they're really showing us what the next level of Heroes is looking like with the constant, like, if you're playing at this level, you should be respecting this type of play that can happen, the threat, the potential of this, moving a couple heroes down, showing, forcing some of the heroes back. Not all of the heroes, they realize this is a fluke. They go back up. They start pushing back onto the boss. Like, those kind of plays, that's what we can expect to see in the future, and I'm really excited about that.
It's match point for Cloud9.
Yeah.
Temple Storm is potentially, for the first time, on the edge of losing an event.
It's for $1,000, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
$1,000 for first place, $675 for second.
This is we are not only changing the meta for this tournament, ladies and gentlemen.
This is
we're
big.
also changing possibly history. With Cloud9 Maelstrom.
Hey, ever since
Cloud9 Maelstrom possibly taking this.
I can't see it. Is he? Oh, we're going way too far. Yeah, got it.
Well, guys, we're gonna get the fourth game of this best of 5 series ready to roll. We will be back very soon, so stay with us.